What happened on those 2 goals where you guys maybe kind of got caught forward and they were able to counter on you pretty quickly tonight?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to get caught forward, when you're in an attacking set play. But it's about the choices that you make, the ball that you can't play, or realizing that if I do turn the ball over, it's going the other way. That's why typically you don't jam it back down the middle. You got to go wide because you're just setting them off to the races. And they capitalized on 2 errors that we made.
Jeff, the last 3 matches haven't gone quite as well as the start of the season did. I'm curious, do you look at this break as an opportunity to kind of refresh things and get a chance to kind of get back on track, or how do you view it?
Well, I wish it was a break. I really do. But we're going to be traveling to Atlanta on Thursday, for an Open Cup match, and then if things go well there, during our break we have another Open Cup match, either in Colorado or Orlando. So it's not a lot of time. But hopefully we use this week to get back to some of the principles that we need to shore up. It's tough to get some good quality training sessions in a week where you had 3 games. But there are a few things we have to address for sure.
As you say, you've got the Open Cup games, but are you concerned that you're headed into the break from MLS play sort of on a downer note here?
Yeah, I mean, I think we haven't gotten the points that we want. I think some of the performances are there. You look back at all the games that we could have won and should have won. So I think there could be a ton more positives from this season so far, and there are. We are second in the league in points right now. Is that right, Trey? Yep. We can't get too down on this. But we can realize that we do have to work on things and get better at things. But if you said almost at the halfway break, you're in second place overall in the league, would you be happy? And I would say, yeah, of course. Especially with some of the results that we could have had. And also on top of that, we've had a crazy amount of injuries this year, players in and out, national team call-ups, and we're still where we're at. And I'm really proud of the guys for that.
Is it in any way a good thing to have the U.S. Open Cup games so that you don't have 2-3 weeks to dwell on the last 3 games?
Yeah, no, that's a fantastic point, and we always want to get back to winning ways as quickly as possible. But traveling to Atlanta, playing there on turf in the heat is not going to be easy. We're going to have to play a very good game to beat them there.
Do you think that essentially on those corner kicks where they were making aggressive plays to probably try and get that second goal, do you think previous results where you're only up a goal late and maybe conceded one maybe played into that, where the guys were really trying to get that second goal early tonight to maybe put Portland away?
Yeah, I don't think it was that thinking, but I think anytime that you have an attacking set play, that you want to capitalize on those opportunities. You don't want to just rest and sit back and say 1-0 is enough, because it hasn't been enough for us in the lately. So we want to be aggressive, especially at home. But again, I mean, those 2 goals should not happen. They should not happen. That it's naive choices. We probably could have made a foul that the referee would have not called. So we need to make better choices.
Maybe on the topic of choices, Tony's first yellow, probably a good choice. The second one, is that the one that you're maybe scratching your head at that he went in on there on the sideline?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I got to look at it again. But anytime you're leaving your feet, you're leaving it at the ref's discretion to make a harsh decision. I thought it was harsh, but maybe I'm wrong. I need to see the replay. It happened right in front of me, and I thought Tony got the ball. I know it wasn't malicious by him by any means, but I mean, it was kind of a weird night for us with some calls.
You talked a little bit about U.S. Open Cup. I'm curious. Traditionally, U.S. Open Cup is a lot more reserve-type players get a lot of time there. You're playing with a week of rest and on a Saturday. I'm not asking you to reveal your lineup, but is that going to change the way you approach the U.S. Open Cup compared with years past?
You know what? I haven't even really started to think about the lineup. I want to find out how our health is coming out of this game. Obviously, the game's on turf. We have to be mindful of some of our players on turf. But I can tell you that it's a tournament that we're excited to be in. We want to win. It's another avenue to get back to the Champions League. And if you win, 5 games? Correct. 5 games, you get that opportunity. So we're going to try to push as much as we possibly can.
Can you talk about Ned, the situation with him?
Yeah, I just spoke to him walking off the field, and it's a hip flexor injury. Not sure if it's, the hip flexor or maybe a glute muscle that's wrapping around to the front. But he was starting to feel it, and, typical Ned who wants to push through everything, just couldn't do it anymore. And it was his 3rd game in 7 days, and, he's a warrior. So I really appreciate his effort.